gotta share it.
Yeah, we got to do our part of the bargain now.
Because I don't want to wait.
For our lives to be over. I like that this is technically live right now. Just not on the podcast, just on Facebook.
I mean, Derek was right.
We have
This is what Mega 64 does. They take about a minute before they actually go live on their show.
Yeah. It's like pre-live.
It is
Pre-live. We have to serenade our Facebook followers.
And then tag some
When
people
is
that...
a podcast really live, you know?
Until Keith says the countdown, and then we're like, oh shit, we actually gotta do shit now. So, as you can see, tight ship. We know what's going on. Only 30 minutes late, but you know we shoot for it. We try.
It's fashionably late.
We were doing important shit.
Womp womp.
That's true.
Womp,
Shit's
womp,
So
womp.
I'll give him that. But oh, look at that! Oh, there's the thing. It looks like it's
In
live.
fact, we have a big, huge announcement at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. What's funny is Keith can scream, and the mics will actually kind of pick it up.
Oh yeah. Are we talking about the fighting tournament right now?
Oh, what? What was that?
We haven't made that announcement yet. All Might Sky.
What?
The universe.
Just because Keith isn't live doesn't mean we're actually live. Or no,
Yeah.
it means we're actually live.
No, that's just fake live.
It's fake news. It's fine.
The Facebook. You know what I just said about them? They're all like they're actually not.
It's a
real.
bunch of lies.
Bunch of lies.
Huge lies.
Can't trust him.
I can't trust.
Can't
anybody.
trust it. All right. Wow, my Wi-Fi connection
Oh, no,
is.
I want it up front.
I know, but I'm so short.
I'm so tiny.
You're like the tallest guy here.
Fucking nerd.
Derek calls us the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really bad nickname.
Too soon?
It's gonna be too soon until like 100 years
Forever?
from now. Until 100 years. I'll
Yeah.
give it a decade.
Okay.
Well, we're what 10, 15 years in. I would say until that that century passes, then you might be able to joke about it.
Okay.
But I mean, you do what you want. You're
Well, I'll wait 100 years and then I'll start addressing myself as that.
yeah, because we'll be around by then.
Yeah, there'll be. I'll freeze myself. I'll wake up in the future.
It's the story of Futurama, right?
I'm just gonna meld with the robots and live forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have officially shared.
All right, cool. We're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, here we are.
My childhood idol Maverick. We're going to kick the tires and light the fires.
Whoop whoop.
Woo!
Bow wow.
Who kicks
Oh,
tires
wow.
though?
Fighter pilots. named
True.
Maverick.
These are facts.
I don't understand that.
These are
Iceman and
facts.
Goose.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hey, Maniacs. Congratulations, you made it all the way to episode 41. Good for you. Golf clap.
Light
Golf
clap. Light.
Light clap.
Polite.
We are saltTier Podcast. This is Soundcasting's very own video game podcast, where your argument is
Invalid.
It's too sweet.
it's too.
Ooh.
Sweet.
We are coming to you from Studio 212 here in South Lake Union, Seattle, part of the Soundcasting Network. And today we are brought to you by the lovely New Belgium Brewing.
Hey.
Hashtag
Heyo.
As you can
live-
tell on the front and center stage.
Yeah, if you go on to our Facebook Live sometime, if you're not already, we got this lovely display of beer.
It's fucking delicious. It's also really heavy for my tiny poor boy body.
Run,
man.
don't walk.
Long arms.
And if you weren't aware, they are employee-owned, a certified B Corporation, and gosh dang delicious. And oh yeah, they
Good
are.
stuff.
Oh yeah, and they're also very, very good stuff. So
Very
check them out.
delicious.
A lot better than some of those fake indie beers out there. This is a true indie beer. A lot of different flavors. We're basically running with the Voodoo Rangers here.
Oh yeah, they're going
specifically.
crazy with the Voodoo Ranger brand. I think I've seen like 5 different types of the Voodoo Ranger,
They're going bananas.
and they're all really good actually.
They are all fantastic. And remember, in a world filled with ordinary IPAs, Voodoo Ranger saves the day. Thank you, Voodoo Ranger. Thank you, Lauren.
They make it seem like a superhero.
Hashtag live rangerously.
Hashtag live
Yo,
rangerously.
live rangerously, my dogs.
Also, this Juicy Haze IPA is the real shit though. It's so good.
The sponsor plug is done, and Skylar's so like, hey, for real though.
Yo, this is delicious.
But let me tell you, this Voodoo Ranger.
Okay, Maniacs, I am At Loud and Brown, also at Gross Def with a PH. Thanks. At me, that's IG and Twitter. PS4 and Steam, which I'm never on.
You're never on
Facts.
Steam.
I'll
You
get
built this
better.
PC
I'll
3
get
months ago.
better with it. Okay.
Was it 3? Maybe 6 months ago.
It was quite a bit.
It was longer than that.
We're going to do quickie intros real quick because we're going to go to the bigger interview later.
Why are you saying quickie? We're going to go into this for a little bit.
No, the intros. I've been playing Overwatch and Tekken and Street Fighter all week. Shocking.
Shocking.
And nope, pretty much nothing else gaming-wise. I am waiting on bated breath for this Final Fantasy VII. It may or may
Fucking
not.
nerd.
It may or may not be cool. I'm probably gonna
He's
buy it
still
anyway.
my heart.
I'm drinking that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Wait, were you on the podcast last week? And
I
did you
was
talk
not.
about your first impressions?
I did not, and we'll
Wait,
talk about
is that embargoed?
It's on hold.
Wait, what?
Well, no. Like legally, can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can.
Tight.
Why can't we talk about it? Like
Because
this.
a lot of people don't they have embargo things. This
Oh,
is PR. This
no.
is the next level shit we're trying to get to.
Okay, so Maniacs, we went to PAX last week. It was one of the greatest things ever. I liked it. Anyway, we'll talk about. We'll talk about era. But the video and photos from the Final Fantasy booth were strictly prohibited. NDAs for anybody that got in the room. Like everybody.
That's
had
what
to,
I'm talking about. I don't want to
Yes.
incite a lawsuit coming our way.
lock and key. But
How far is it along?
oh, it's almost done. There's nothing. I didn't go to the playable demo. I took a
Yeah.
picture on the bike.
You're not
and
supposed to
called it.
do that. Oh, the bike.
Yeah, the bike thing.
I didn't take a picture of the screens.
They're breaking it up into 3 sections, right?
Yes,
like the
they
first
are.
game is only Midgar.
Yeah, it's first, second, and third disc. That's how they're breaking
They
it up.
must be loading up these Blu-rays.
All right, but that's my intro. Follow me, at me. Also, to my left, we have an addition.
Oh, sorry. I haven't been on here for a while. People forget that I'm on the show.
The
You
Dark
got
Prince of Delridge returns.
the bad boy of LaCroix and the Lord of Soft Boys. And
Lord
they
of
keep
Soft
fucking
Boys.
spelling all my shit wrong. It's with an E at the end, you assholes.
Lord Day.
You got Von Shady
Day.
on the ones and twos, your left and rights. Wow, everyone loves my fucking intro.
Yo, Daisy in the house.
Hey, Daisy, what's up? So I've been away for a while because I have a life, apparently, and I don't do this as often.
Pro
but
wrestling is your life.
Pro wrestling is my fucking life. People don't know I've made a stance of staying at home and not being social and literally hitting my exercise bike and watching a lot of pro wrestling. That's all I do.
What's your wrestler name?
I have no idea yet.
Ooh.
You
I'm
got
not.
the
I'm not.
nicknames. You got to use those same nicknames. The Lord of the Soft Boys would be such a good time.
It'd be a good intro, but like literally all I do is go home and work out because I'm trying. Maybe when I hit 39, I might do the Diamond Dallas Page thing and be a pro wrestler. I
Is
thought
that
about
when
it
he
today.
started
There we
pro?
go.
He was
Do it up.
fucking old when he started pro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, most people start at like 18 to 20. He had a long time behind him. But anyways, that's pro wrestling. What I've been doing since the last time you guys saw me, I went to take Loud and Brown here to his first New Japan Pro Wrestling show.
Woo!
And he was fucking hype about it. And I showed him real good pro wrestling.
Yeah.
He could not sit in the seat, so I had to fucking pull on the back of his shirt. We were both fucked up. It was in Tacoma. Tacoma has the cheap drinks.
Good
Yo,
old Tacoma.
double gin and tonics.
Yo, fucking $11.
Hey.
Hey.
Specifically, that luchador that came to town was bananas good.
Oh yeah. But besides for pro wrestling, the games I've been playing was Ni no Kuni 2.
Is that any good?
I enjoy it. So I have a history of playing live action like RPGs. So like I don't know
Yeah.
if you know about the Star Ocean series.
I played some of them when I was a kid.
Yeah, I fell in love with Star Ocean 2 is
Okay.
what got me hooked, and I've been playing since. I haven't gone back to 1.
I
but
played the first Ni no Kuni,
yeah,
and of course, like a huge Studio Ghibli fan. The artwork is awesome.
yeah. They put a lot of money into that.
Name of the
Yeah,
game again?
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni 2. So Ni no Kuni.
Hi, wakarimasu.
There you go. See, we said that in Japanese. You fucking weeb. Anyways, I actually liked the gameplay. I'm not a big fan of like very cheerful like anime art style, but I get what they're
It
trying
was
to
a
hit.
little bit too childish
That's
for
what
me.
That's what I like.
Being a
turns me
long
off.
time like JRPG player, like Ni no Kuni, I loved it, but it was also like I just felt like I would enjoy it if I was like 10 years younger.
Yeah, like they obviously hitting a target, but also I really love mechanics. Mechanics will always win for me with the video game, and I'll overlook most stories. Like I don't know if you know like how I play video games. I fucking ignore all the story, and then I lose important details, and I have to wander around aimlessly.
And
Facts.
London with a Y has queued up a screen for the Ni no Kuni 2 main
video
site
game,
if
and I'll
anybody wants to
overlook
scope out
most stories,
what it's all
Yeah,
about.
full glory. I don't know if you know
So,
very
yeah.
anime art style. I fucking ignore
also
all
a
the
Studio
story,
Ghibli,
and then
like,
I lose
animation,
important details,
like,
and I have to wander around aimlessly.
production.
And
So they
London
have a
with a
lot of
Y
cute-
has
cute,
queued up a screen for the Ni no Kuni 2
QT,
main
not QT,
site
but,
if anybody
FMV
wants to
sequences,
scope
most
out
stories and
what
video.
it's all about.
But
I don't know if
it's
you
not
know
very
like, how
anime
I
art
fucking
style.
ignore
It's
all
all
the
the
story,
story, and then I lose.
There's a link in the
details, and I
chat.
have to
Thank
wander
you,
around
London with a
aimlessly.
Y.
Thanks, London.
Thanks,
London.
London.
Anyways, so that is Ni no Kuni, and then I picked up some vintage N64 games. I picked up NBA Hang Time.
Ooh.
Damn!
I did that.
Throwing it down.
And then I picked up a game called Silicon Valley, which is a very obscure N64
Not the TV
game.
show?
Not the TV show. It's a bunch of computers and robot animals. And I think that's what I've been up to be honest. I've been slacking in my Tetris like tournament prep. Probably not going to do that tournament in October, to be honest. But I will go to Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is in October, mid-October, which is I think 14th through the 16th. I know it's like a mid-weekend kind of deal. So that's what that's my favorite convention to this date because they have a free play arcade section and there's a bunch of arcades there, and then they have a bunch of retro and current gaming booths that you can buy shit from. So
Awesome.
fucking super compact. Not a big fan of Portland, but I'll give it a pass. I think
They have the nicest girls though.
they have a bunch. They have a bunch of women that like me for too many weird reasons. Anyways, around the other side of the table, we haven't seen this guy in a while.
I know, man. Saying you haven't been here in a while. I haven't been here in a hot minute.
Yeah, right.
I've been killing it in the real world, getting moving and getting a new job and all that.
Who the fuck are you?
I don't even know. I'm a new All Might Space Skylar, you could say.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow.
Bow wow. This is All Might Space Skylar. You can find me on Instagram at Skylar's Back at It. I have been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena lately.
Oh shit! How's that grind going? The last time I saw you, you've like hit a good grind at it.
Yeah, I'm like back on the grind. I've doubled down. So I officially spent $20.
You got that cat. I
got
saw
the
it.
cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you invested. Now you're hooked. You
Yeah.
have to stay in that game.
Yeah, now I'm hooked because the thing is the thing that I unlocked with $20 was to unlock all the grinding that I'd already done and then all the future grinding that I'm about to do.
Now you're on that wheel. You ain't getting.
Oh
off.
yeah, I'm so fucked right now.
Yeah, you are. Like they got you in good.
Yeah, and I've been playing some like crazy new decks lately because everyone's been coming out with like crazy ideas lately with the new like setups that they've
So
been
you're
doing.
following like all the deck builds up to date.
Well, I don't go online and like check out deck builds. I just like play some stuff that I enjoy, and then like when people start like beating me, when it's like wow, they literally just trashed me. I don't have any
By turn 3.
yeah, but like I don't have any comeback for all the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
I'll try to take a little bit of that and put it into a new deck that I'm trying to build. Like I was showing Blue today that I was like I have like 10 decks of just like shit that people played against me, and I like tried to like make a version of it of
Wow,
my
you're
own.
actually being really honest instead of being like, you know, the hardcore bleeding edge. Like, I'll find someone else who already did this like problem for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just playing with the other people in my tier, though, right? Like, it's not even like I'm really watching videos or looking online. I'm just literally playing the game and then just adapting as I go.
I find that really respectable, to be honest.
Thank you.
I played
Appreciate
Magic when I was a kid, and a question for you is someone just going to be able to steamroll you if they just have access to better cards?
Yes and no. I mean, like, sure, you can go up against a guy that just has the Nico Bolas deck, and you're just gonna lose.
Yeah.
Unless you're able to like have
Counter
a blue
it.
deck that you can counter it a little bit. But for the most part, no, because like I said, I just put down $20 and I hit platinum twice without paying any money.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just gotta grind. That's just all it is. You just gotta keep playing.
I know about grinding.
Yeah. So you just gotta the grind is real. In MTAG, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that shit
Whatever
is. The
it is.
acronym.
The acronym. I just play the fucking game
Sure.
and kick ass.
Hell yeah.
That's all you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. And then you're gotta be playing other games.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of League of Legends, a little bit, not much. Like,
Like a day.
yeah, actually, you know what I have been playing though is This War of Mine.
That's a fucking fantastic game.
Dude, it is
so good.
It's so good. And, like, I kept getting, like, really upset. Like, the way I got hooked was I kept, because you start with 3 people, and it's, like, a side-scroller survival game. And my third person kept fucking dying on me.
A lot of people will die on you, and they'll commit suicide because they got really depressed.
That was the thing, is so, like, one of my people died. I ended up getting to 4 people at one point on one of the games I played. One of them died, and everyone got super depressed that they died, and the fact that I had to steal a bunch of shit from homeless people. So like, my people were like real depressed, but I won them over with a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I found if you just keep pumping out cigarettes,
People love you.
You can nullify
People love
any
cigarettes.
death.
Did you play the DLC where they had children in that game?
No, I haven't. I haven't played any of the story modes because I got it for free off of Epic.
Oh yeah, it's a good deal. When they introduce children, it gets really crazy.
I'm like a little tempted. Well, the thing I didn't realize at first too is that the game actually saves because there's no like save. You just have to leave the game.
Yeah,
and it saves for you.
Every moment you take, like basically when you go out and come back in, like that environment saves. So if someone's gonna commit suicide, they're gonna commit suicide, and you can't like
I can't undo it. Yeah, it's so terrible. And like I was even like when I went down from 4 to 3 people, I was like, no, I can do this. I'm gonna keep playing. And I sent him in with a shotgun, and he died instantly because I couldn't figure out how to use the combat properly.
Yeah, it's a very rough game. This War of Mine, if London could cue that up, very good classic game. A lot of
one more time.
This War is Mine. London, did you get that, London? We'll pop it up in a second, but essentially, that game has a lot of ambiguous choices. If you guys have played Witcher 3, that level of morality choices. That's presented in This War is Mine.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna check.
And I
this
got
out.
like
London just sent me a link. We're good.
I have no morale.
Thank you, Apple. Essentially, London. That game has a lot of ambiguous choices. Yeah, if you guys on Steam,
Witcher
3. Yeah, This War of Mine. Sorry. Level of morality choices. I'm bad with that's presented in This War is Mine.
Yeah,
not native.
And I got like.
London just sent me a link. We're good.
This game's been out for I think at least 4 or 5 years. Essentially, so it's always on a sale. It has a lot of. If you want to like check it out, yeah, you guys on Steam.
Is there multiplayer?
This War level of it's a single player narrative. So they want you to experience. But anyways, this game's been out for
It's like a follow-up, like 4 or 5 years.
The game has a lot of. You want to like check it out?
Yeah, guys on Steam. Is there Mario? You can't jump.
It's a single player narrative. So they want you to and then it's also
to stay alive.
This game's been out for so it's like a
I will never forget those days. Things you see in war stay with you forever. To stay alive.
Kiedy przyjdzie także po mnie, zegarmi z światła purpurowy, by mi zawędać w rękowodzie, to będę jasny, nie gotowy także po mnie, zegarmi z światła purpurowy, by mi zawędać
But a little bit more like The Sims with combat, which I haven't figured out yet.
My Sims would always end up
peeing
killing
in the corner.
themselves or peeing in a corner, or losing their job or something like that. So.
Yeah, these ones just commit suicide if you do too many negative morality choices, like kill old people for their food.
And then next, we're going to do a little light intro with this big boy right behind me.
Oh, before that,
I'm the shortest man. I'm in a sea of ents.
before we introduce our special guest, I want to give a big ups to the region of Rigatoni, the Master Chief of Macaroni,
Heyo.
the Prince of Parmesan. It is Keith the Boogie.
Hey, he hit the go button for us.
Yeah, and maniacs out there, if you do love our podcast, know that Keith also produces many of other
So many good shows.
many other good shows here on the Soundcasting Network. We're going to drop a link on the chat and scope all of them out. So thank you. And the next thank you is to our next guest. Thank you so much for being here. And please, Introduce yourself.
Oh yes. Hey, thanks, Lad and Brown. Blue here. You can follow me at Blue Caban on Instagram. I am an artist, bartender, and lifelong gamer. And currently, I am taking a permanent vacation in Azeroth. I am
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
You went back to the goddamn well, and we all know that's full of heroin.
I am in full revert mode. I am becoming a child again. Less than that, I am drooling on myself and eating cups of noodles.
Shitting in a
after
bucket.
killing pigs for 14 hours straight.
Which energy drink do you drink?
I drink.
Choices are new now.
I drink coffee. I'll drink a
That's
pot
good.
of coffee.
The good Americano.
Mm-hmm.
This guy doesn't even log out, people. He just stays logged in and then
If I
leaves
log
his
out,
computer.
I'm just gonna have to log back in again. And
You have to wait
literally
in the
just-
queues.
I don't have
leaves.
the energy to do that.
Now, All Might Sky and Blue Caban, can you explain to the maniacs why queuing on World of Warcraft is such a big deal?
So
Can you
actually,
also,
He
no.
didn't even lead to saying he was more Warcraft right now.
hold on.
It's,
Also, explain the difference between
Wow.
vanilla when it was actually out for WoW.
So I played vanilla when it first came out as a kid, and I kind of stopped playing as like some of the expansions came out. Kind of lost interest when it became a little bit easier, a little bit more forgiving. I like the challenge. So when they announced that they were going to release Classic, I immediately nerded out. I talked to All Might Sky. He hooked me up. I bought a computer based on his recommendation.
I know someone actually took my recommendation for once. It was-
Well,
Wow.
I thank you for it.
and it worked out great.
Someone was an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
Someone got a computer, keyboard, mouse for what?
$500.
For $500.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got the whole setup. And
Did
it works
this PC
great.
fall off of the back of a truck?
No, it's the same.
It was
it's-
shipped to me from Georgia.
Oh.
yeah, it's the
U.S.,
Dell.
not Russia.
It's
yeah.
the Dell 9900 with the i7, and
Oh,
it has
okay.
a 1060 in it.
It's all ready to go.
So it's ready to go.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I
nice.
literally plugged it in the wall and I.
$500
go.
with monitor.
Mhm.
Wow, that's good. That's a good deal.
I know. I was like, buy this. He was like, what should I do? And I'm like, I just sent him that link. I'm like,
Yep.
just literally just.
No,
buy
no,
this.
thank you.
Yep.
The only thing I had to buy was a Wi-Fi adapter. And
That's,
funny.
that's a $20 to $40 investment.
Yeah. No problem there. But
Now, Blue Caban, that is not very unsimilar to the crazy thing that I ended up buying. And this was recommendation from Russ and AV because I was trying to go very cheap.
Yeah.
So I went with a Dell Optiplex,
Okay.
which are like workstations.
Yep.
yeah.
But they're kind of roided out for the price. What did I pay? $150?
I don't know.
Wait, you paid $150 for
Yeah, for a
desktop?
working
But he also got hookups.
I got
Okay,
$150 for the
okay.
desktop, and then I was gifted a 1070,
Yes.
970,
970
Yeah,
probably.
970, not
and then I was gifted solid state memory, and then
You had to buy the PSU because it was too weak.
yeah, which was like nothing.
Yeah, it's
so I
basically
got
$80 to $100 investment.
yeah, and so that thing is, it's like a $300 gaming tower.
And it's sitting.
That's awesome.
Not being used.
Yeah.
My TV's having some problems connecting with it. I
That's
just gotta,
bullshit.
It's going through whatever.
yeah,
I'll figure it out.
He doesn't know anything. I have come February, I'll come over and I'll fix you.
Yeah, and you don't got much time left on that 970. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he
It's
has.
a Cuphead machine.
Yeah,
Sometime.
that's all he really wanted. He wanted to
Wait.
play low-level indie games on it.
Can anyone actually play Cuphead? That
It's
game's like way
so
too
hard.
Russ
it's too
says his
difficult.
kid beat it or whatever, right?
Yeah, Russ's kid
the youth
beat
are
it.
crazy.
Yeah, he went and he's at like 96% completion.
Okay, because I've seen speedruns, but I don't believe a actual human being can
And
beat
Maniacs-
that game.
We're gonna have London queue up a video of what the heck we're talking about to completely interrupt Blue's beautiful intro.
Yeah, right.
worth
Why
it
do you
for
gotta take
Cuphead.
his thunder?
I'm just saying so that we're not there yet. London, you ready?
Are you ready?
London never
Also,
talks.
Yeah,
Cuphead,
right.
well, it was all hand drawn, right?
Yes, it's a very 1970s, 60s.
Hand
We're
drawn.
good to
Here,
get, we're
we're
good
gonna
to
show
get
it
some
right
on
now.
screen. Yeah. So if this isn't an animation, this is what the game looks like. It's
Yeah.
it's half bullet hell, a lot of Mega Man elements, a
Yeah.
little bit of Contra, a little bit of Gunstar Heroes, with the art style of a creepy 1920s tattoo. Not tattoo, cartoon.
Cartoon.
Thank you, London with a Y. Go back to gramming,
Um,
you
yeah, right.
millennial.
I will say though, short little segment. I did not like PAX that much this year. I still had a lot of fun, but their indie section was amazing this year.
Banging.
That's usually where I go with my PAX run. After doing like raffles for X amount of hours, I find more entertainment going to the indie booths and indie sections.
The indie booths were a lot of fun, except for there. It was so funny. They sat me down there because I was there with 2 other people, and this lady was like, "Hey, do you want to sit down and play our games?" And so I was like, "Yeah, sure, sounds good."
There's no lines. You literally just like people are going to be like, "You want to just play the game? Like it's free."
Yeah, so we played the game. Both of my friends get on great games. I get on a horrible game. And she was like, "How did you like it?" I'm like, "I had no idea what was going on, and I did not enjoy it."
Yeah, and they actually take that feedback to heart sometimes.
Oh, yeah, because that's the thing is they put their life and soul into it for the last,
at that
couple
point, what
years.
can they do? It's like it's too late, right? They've invested all this.
Yeah, they've invested everything. And she was like, What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Nothing made sense. I didn't understand. Like, nothing. Like, it was like you had a cell phone, and that was it. Like, the screen was just you holding a cell phone, and the only options you had were on the cell phone. And it was like, you need to do this and this, but then it wasn't allowing me to do the things it was telling me to do. And so, like, I look over, and both of my friends are playing these awesome, like, cave running, killing machine things. Like, I didn't. Derek said, or Loudon Brown said he liked PAX this year. I did not.
I didn't go to PAX this year. This is the first PAX in
There was
like,
a lot of people that didn't go.
What, like 5?
I didn't go
6?
because I had to play WoW.
Well, like, it's true.
Oh yeah, and back to my
work.
enormous curveball. Back to WoW. Alliance or Horde, buddy?
Oh, Alliance all the way.
Hey,
You fucking nerd.
No, I always play human because I'm a human.
Okay,
If I was an
fair.
orc, I'd play an orc.
That's fair. I always align myself with Horde. That's what when I was in my small career. WoW, I played
Which
the Horde.
which race?
I played fucking what was it? No, I actually played Alliance the first time around because I was a dark elf or the elf,
Night
or
elf.
night elf because that's Alliance.
They got
based.
pointy ears. They're beautiful.
Well, the logic was I was coming off of Elder Scrolls and I was playing a lot of dark elf.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Hell yeah.
fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'll just play Night Elf Alliance.
Based
And-
on your recommendation, I am definitely going to try and download Morrowind if I can.
Dude, that game is fucking cheap.
Yeah,
and
it's a good game.
It's a very good game. But
super tight.
what's wrong? This is his interview. Why are you trying to speed this up?
This is fine, and we're talking about WoW, and this is good, but I'm just making the thing go.
Okay. Well, I mean, we are going.
We're going.
We're
Go,
talking about
go,
like
go,
kind of the
go.
history of like WoW
RPGs,
and
you know?
RPGs and
Yeah.
what brings you into these games, right? So
Yeah.
like, what brought me into WoW was everyone in high school at my time. So I'm 30.
Okay.
And WoW at that time was what, when I was 15, 16. What
So
year
it
was
came
that?
out 15 years ago?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And
So
I was
2005,
coming off of
2006?
my existential crisis playing WoW or Morrowind.
Yeah.
There was a good
God,
summer
Morrowind
where
was so
there were
good.
some nights I couldn't sleep because of a part of the Elder Scrolls game, and you played Oblivion and
Oh,
Skyrim.
yeah,
when we
yeah,
were talking earlier. Like when you kill someone, they're done. Like
Game
they don't
over.
they don't exist
You
anymore.
can kill like the important NPCs too.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that quest is gone.
Yeah, and they'll definitely tell you in Morrowind in a less like forgiving fashion. They're like, you already fucked up the main storyline. You gotta restart the game.
I heard, and if you can confirm, that'd be great. That in Morrowind, you could potentially, from the start of the game, you could walk to the boss of the game and just kill him, and then it'd be
You
immediately
could.
done.
There's a bunch of speed runs. So with Morrowind, their system allowed for a lot of exploits. You can do. They had a very in-depth and exploitable alchemy and enchantment system. They had to like fucking cripple for Oblivion, and
Yeah.
then even more for
Yeah,
Skyrim.
yeah.
You could do things like you could make a pair of pants. You can imbue a pair of pants with an enchantment that you could like have.
Like the pants of instant kill.
Yeah, well, not instant kill, but like fucking agility of 1,000 stat points.
Yeah.
And just jump all over the level and stuff like that. And they actually had like specific items they created in the game. Like within the first 10 minutes, there's a guy that falls out of the sky, and then you loot his body, and he has like these scroll spells called like that basically allow you to have 1,000 points of agility. But a part of that problem is he didn't figure out how to soften the fall. So if you're smart and you get the right crafting spells or enchantment spells, you can soften the landing. It's like a feather fall is what it's called. But you can also have levitation. You can have things that give you water breathing, stuff like that. There was so much more enchantment abuse in that game that I fucking loved. Also, that game didn't have fast travel as convenient as Oblivion, where once you visit a town, you can be like, oh, I'm going to go to this map and do this. You had to find specific points that allow you to fast travel, and then you can only go. It's like a bus system, like a train system.
Witcher 3.
Well, same thing in WoW Classic.
You can only go to certain spots.
Yeah. In fact, it's a brutal grind to be able to even get like a mount and be able to travel faster.
A little bit faster. Like the mounts didn't give you a lot of crazy speed. They just gave you enough speed to like feel like you're going faster.
It's brutal.
It is brutal, but my WoW career was very short-lived and very neutered. I played vanilla and only got to level 40 with my character, but then again, I was a very weird loner and did not want to like join guilds or any of that shit and do the end game stuff that everyone else was doing, right?
Yeah.
So, in your perspective, and then I played up until Wrath of the Lich King. That was the DLC.
That's when
I
I stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. I just couldn't figure out if I wanted to keep going. I had people in college who tried to like keep me going, but we all stopped and were like, we're all right. And then we picked up Guild Wars 2.
Oh, nice. Dude, that is a throwback. I forgot about that.
I fucking love Guild Wars. My brother, who's 4 years younger than me, was a fiend at Guild Wars. He had a lot of maxed out characters.
I played that for a while.
It's a different engine and kind of gameplay philosophy, but I don't know. I also like the fact you didn't have to pay a premium
subscription. Yeah.
As a young poor adult and
Hell
a child.
Yeah.
It's really hard to come up with $15 a month.
I remember begging my parents to let me subscribe to these various MMORPGs and just like being embarrassed, be like Mom, Dad, like pay this so I can be a nerd.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay inside for a majority of the summer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that was.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go swimming.
Nope.
I'm gonna sit in the dark,
and
that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, and that's how it was. So it's very interesting that WoW Classic came back in resurgence. I've had people try to bring me back in, and I've had my ex-girlfriend try to like get me to play Warlords. It was, I think, the last expansion that I got hooked into.
It's been a trip because I've been just like talking with people like online that I've met like in game. And there's just like a really powerful nostalgia, and like in game, I mean I played like on launch, and everyone's just like welcome back. If it's too tough, people are like, oh, that's classic for you, but there's just
all the veterans.
Yeah, and there's this supreme nostalgia, like, and just like people being like, oh, I remember doing this like 15 years ago.
Everybody's playing right now.
Like,
I feel like I'm the only person not playing.
I'm not playing either. I refuse.
I went on to my Discord one day just to check in on what my friends were doing. And you know how on the right of Discord it tells you what everybody's playing? I had a line of 10 people all playing Classic.
Yep. They're in it, and sometimes they're like idled in it.
Yeah, there was probably at least 6 to 8 in a chat together. And like,
in their little fucking sub channel.
Yeah, sub channel. And then you just see the whole list of like even people that have no idea of the people that are playing in this group chat are like Blue, just like off on their own.
Just fucking getting it done, grinding it out.
Fucking WoW Classic.
So, as a person who refuses to come back into that fold, and you played WoW Classic, so like you have some like bearings. Like, what does it feel like to play WoW Classic again in your current age versus back as a teenager?
Oh my god, it's so much easier. As a child, I had no idea what I was doing, and it was just, I mean, the game is opaque in the same way. Like, I'm a big Soulsborne player. I love anything that's difficult, anything that's like obscure, hard, Sekiro, all that. Like anything that's a challenge and it doesn't present you with like, oh, just like follow this arrow until you reach your destination and then
golden path roll.
Yeah. So now, I mean, like, I've already played the game, so I know where to go, I know what to do, I get the idea. So it's much, much easier. My ability to kind of, like, focus is also way better than when I was, like, 13 or 15 or whatever I was.
Yeah.
And it's still difficult, but I'm in love with it. It's very enjoyable, and it's like I said, it was, like, very nostalgic, just, like, kind of redoing a lot of these things that I have a lot of very like fond memories of, like doing these dungeons. And the thing about the game is that it's you can solo it if you want, but the beauty of it is like working with other players and overcoming these challenges, because it is very punishing. And so you end up making friends, just like, logging into Discord together and be like, all right, how are we going to actually come over these challenges?
Right. With WoW Classic, and this is very interesting because, back in the day with WoW, you had to download a bunch of add-ons to fucking improve your experience.
Yeah, actually, it's night and day. Like, some of these things that just do very, very basic things that Blizzard implemented later on, but at the onset, it was very, very opaque. It was like there was no such thing as like a golden arrow, which in retail now, like there is someone holding your hand the whole time.
Okay,
Yeah.
what the F did you just say? I didn't even understand.
You fucking nerd. You don't even know how to play WoW. And I play WoW. And I fucking hate that game.
I've never
Well, it's
played
basically
WoW.
like, okay, so Loud and Brown. Like, I feel that a lot of games like these days are like just way too easy, and like they just hold
I
your
know.
hand. They hold your hand the whole time.
We play fighters.
You play fighters. I casually show up every once in a while in a Blue Moon. But, Blue, like, I guess walk us through it for someone who hasn't really even played WoW, even at Vanilla. Vanilla is basically original or classic WoW is what they're going to label it. But if you ain't playing with Vanilla, you don't know shit.
Well, I mean, it's a MMORPG, not unlike many others that have been around. Basically, it's it's Blizzard lore, and everybody loves Blizzard, StarCraft, Diablo, you name it. It's a big name, and they do like a really good job. And shit, I mean, the game came out like 15 years ago.
15 years, somewhere around that.
We'll check out with London, but continue.
Has a rich lore, and it's pretty typical. You choose like
It's almost going to hit its anniversary. It debuted November 23rd, 2004. Thank you, London, with a Y.
2004. Holy
Thanks,
shit.
London.
It's about to hit 15.
Get back to Instagram, you
Right.
fucking dumb piece of shit.
So, Blue, I have a question for you. So, part of the whole podcast of why it started is normal people, with normal jobs, playing video games, and obviously, and you have a bartending server job, so you have at night hours. How many hours do you think you get of video games? Like maybe like the low end, just your normal week, and then high end WoW heroin grind.
See, so I'm fortunate enough that I really only have to work 4 days a week. So I do have a lot of social life, family, relationships, that kind of thing. So I do have a lot of social commitments, but I also and I've always deeply been committed to gaming, and there definitely been like if I have a day off, I might tell my friends like, hey, like I'm gonna stay inside today and play video games. So like even though I work full time, I still will have those days where I play like 12 hours of Final Fantasy 9. Like I'll just buy like some Thai food and like some iced tea and be like, this is a Final Fantasy day.
Yeah, and they flexed at PAX. They were there. What's
Dude,
the
they
new
had
one?
they had a bunch of advertisements at the light rail station near my house with WoW Classic, and they told you the date when it was going to go live. People were pushing hard on WoW Classic because I know people in that community are fucking addicts about trying to get
absolutely.
WoW.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, it's been a huge grind. Like everyone's trying to like get to the max level first, like server first, this kind of thing.
It's weird because like there's no point in server first because the game already fucking happened.
Yeah. There's no reward. It's
And what's the name for the newest expansion?
The latest expansion, like last I heard was Warlords, but I don't know what's current.
for WoW.
For WoW,
No,
for WoW,
Final Fantasy 14.
fuck that. No one gives a fuck
Oh,
about that.
I think I played.
Shadowbringers.
Oh,
Yeah, that came out recently, like
Shadow
in the last 6
Bringers.
months, or like it got released during.
Yeah, it was all over PAX.
Yeah.
So there
kidding.
are A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Sword, Stormblood, and now Shadowbringers.
I
So-
played one iteration of those like a long time ago, but it was it felt kind of empty. I've always been a Final Fantasy fan, but I never played like the.
Take it off, baby.
Oh yeah.
Woo. We're banned now. Fuck.
I went right off the camera.
Oh, saw nipple. Sorry.
Sorry. Anyways, but your experience with Final Fantasy for the online
For the
experience.
online, yeah, I remember playing it maybe like 10 years ago or something like that, and it was
Final Fantasy 12.
something like that.
Because
yeah,
that was the like MMO introduction that I remembered at the time.
No, I remember being like 10 years ago playing on PC, and it was just like too hard. I was a kid. I couldn't.
That's that JPN shit, baby.
Yeah. Like, you think like grinding any of the console Final Fantasy is hard. The MMO is like way harder. It's just
because they make you force yourself to play with people.
Yeah,
like you have to do that.
Yeah, there's no solo.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me with WoW, and like what I'm one of those I feel like I'm a weird outlier where I don't want to play games with people. Like I do remember like ganking and
you don't
shit
do
like
any
that.
multiplayer, nothing.
Like I did PvP servers. I never played PvE because I actually don't remember why I didn't play PvE in the beginning. But when I met my college friends, they were like, "We want to play PvP because that's what real men do."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like there's a little bit more of an inherent difficulty curve that's
it's so hard because
people are assholes.
Skydog was All Might Sky was talking to me about this. What is it called? Griefing. Where
yeah, I didn't know what griefing was.
I didn't know
how do you play WoW? I don't know what griefing is.
No, I know what griefing is.
That's like built into the game at the beginning.
I didn't know the term for it, but we always call it like ganking or just
ganking is another one.
Trolling.
But yeah,
yeah, how to teach this boy what griefing was.
That's a very interesting. Well, I mean, like he was. Do you play? Okay, what server are you on? And like, what are you doing?
I'm
there?
on a PvE server because
oh, you're weak.
Well, I wanted to roll PvP, but
I don't even play WoW anymore, and I know I could say you're fucking
no. I agree. I might do a server change, but I signed on to the PvE server because I have two brothers back in New York, and they play.
But they take it casually, probably.
They take it casually. Well, actually, my brother's like really big, and one of my brothers is really big into it. He does all like the mythic dungeons and retail and that kind of stuff.
That's still PvE. They ain't fucking strong.
Yeah, no, and I was like, I want to do PvP because that's like the experience is like getting ganked by the Horde or the Alliance and just like trying to level, and all of a sudden like some level 60 rolls in on their mount and just like murders you over and over again. And my brothers were like, no, we're not doing that. And I'm like, all right, well, I signed on so I could like play with you guys. We could do this together. But they're kind of lazy about it. They're not like as high of a level as I am. So I might just switch servers, because they're not committed.
Yeah, you should. To be honest, if I were to go back to WoW Classic, which I won't, I would be.
I'll send you an invite.
Yeah, don't fucking do that. Do not do that. Like one of my friends, Sam, apparently had a lot of hours gifted to her.
Different Sam. I was thinking of Top Team Vodka.
No. Top Team. Actually, I wonder if Sam, my friend Sam, Korean Sam, he's being grinded out by real life. He can't do WoW right now.
Word.
But
life is hard.
My other friend Sam apparently had a lot of hours gifted to her,
nice.
And so they're just playing WoW for free.
Cool.
Why can't I have that life?
So
send them to me.
Maniacs. At the end of that discussion, pick it up if you haven't tried it.
Don't fucking do it. That's heroin.
Don't
Join.
Quit your job.
It's $15 a month. I cannot.
You can afford a $15.
I can afford it, but it's
like,
ridiculous.
Have you ever had? You buy like. You drink
coffee?
coffee?
I have one.
That's like 3 cups of coffie.
I have one subscription. It's Amazon
Prime.
$5
and I still
on a cup of coffee this morning.
Oh yeah. I'm canceled. That's canceled.
No, I am a zero.
Phone bill.
Persistent, or what is it? Persistent draw on my credit.
You don't got what? You don't got Spotify. You don't got.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, Maniacs, if you're just tuning in.
He just got shut down.
We've been talking about World of Warcraft. Yeah, we're shutting it down. We're talking about World of Warcraft. We're talking to our good friend Blue Caban at Blue Caban on Instagram.
Follow me.
We are here on
friendly bartender Herb and Bitter.
Herb and Bitter.
Herb and Bitter. It's got a freaking H in it.
I'm there Tuesday through Saturday. I'll make you a martini.
You can talk about WoW shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we gotta talk about more tech stuff. But if you're just tuning in, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe us. We are on Facebook. We are on Spotify. We are on SoundCloud. We're on Google Play and iTunes. All the freaking things we're supposed to get on the YouTubes, but some jackass hasn't uploaded it yet. His name is Loud and Brown.
And every Monday, Facebook Live.
Every Monday, Facebook
We
Live.
try to shoot for 8, but at this point, I can't enforce that anymore.
And once again, up top, we are brought to you by New Belgium Brewing. Live dangerously.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. And we move on with zero segue onto topic number 3.
We could have done this interview with Blue for a while.
Oh, we could have, because Blue,
I
you're
can
freaking
talk
great
about
to
games
talk
all
to.
day.
Yeah.
But we must move on because we need to talk about graphics because we
Yes.
are that podcast.
Because fucking someone didn't show up to fucking fight me today, so he
True.
gets to say nothing, and then he'll be like next week, I have a rebuttal for Von Shady, and the ray tracing is really
ray
what's gonna sell
tracing,
it.
Jesus.
Nope.
Also, never talk to that person. We'll just say his name. Don't never talk to Saverings about Star Wars 9 because that dude is already salty and it's not even out.
Yeah, it hasn't even fucking came out yet. But
No,
anyway,
actually,
Mandalorian,
I was actually curious about this because as I was showing Blue what computers to buy, and you start looking at things, and you start going through all these different graphics cards, and I was just
It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, the floodgates were opening for me while I was doing research for Blue, and I started realizing another thing the Sabering was actually wrong on. Let's fucking shoot him down while he's not here.
yeah, fucking
I
kick
don't
him while
even
he's
know
down.
this guy.
Yeah, you don't even know him.
Shoot him down.
Shoot him down. Kick him while he's down. So he told me, don't worry, the prices of 1080s and 1080 Ti's are going to drop. They're going to plummet once all these 20 series cards come out. And they have not. And I would realize that while I was looking for parts for Blue. And I was wondering, how is the price not dropped on these 1080s and these 1080 Ti's that have been out forever? And there's these new series of graphics cards coming
It's
out.
good. It's good.
Yeah,
And yeah, so basically all NVIDIA did was make the exact same graphics card, but
and that's why I fucking hate the
Yeah.
20 series
and
so
they just
much.
made it compatible to be able to run RTX. All they did was put in some things to make it do RTX. And it's the same card. It doesn't even and if anything, it actually performs worse because it's trying to do the ray tracing. So you can get a 1080 Ti and still kick the shit out of a 2080 Super.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy. So we had an article that I just posted on the chat, which we're not talking about the 2080 Super. We're talking about the 2070 Super. But regardless, the halfway of 1 gig of video memory RAM, the difference is, and with Saverings is, the ray tracing technology that's happening in the 20 series is there's a specific chip dedicated to do that shit. Which ray tracing, for everyone who doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about,
Everybody knows.
Yeah, like me.
yeah.
Help me out here.
With games, when you see shadows and there's light dynamics in games, most people in the video game industry have cheated the scenario and the environment. So, if you are in a dark space, you're gonna have different shadow kind of drawouts.
They do the mass.
They do a mass, and then it's predetermined. With ray tracing, it's a fluid and organic kind of calculation. That math is being calculated, and the card is working extra hard to do the math for you, to show a dynamic shadow displacement with the lighting of the environment with you.
And that's the thing is, don't get me wrong, ray tracing is super cool, and it is something I'd like to experience. But on the same note, it's almost seems like it's not worthwhile unless you get the 2080 Super, but that's a $1,200 card.
Yeah.
And it's I'd get a 1080 Ti for literally less than half of that.
It's 700 right now, maybe 800.
Yeah, and you can get, actually, you can't get them used. I've tried.
I have one used, but I'm going to keep on to mine.
Yeah, no one sells their 2080 or 1080 Ti's. I got my 1080, just straight 1080 mini for $300 on Craigslist.
Yep. And someone was
That's
a
a
fucking
steal.
sucker.
Yeah. It was. I got 2 of them for $600. It was a fucking steal, and I built 2 computers out of it.
It's great. I still have my Gigabyte 1080 Ti. I thought I was going to sell it, and then a buyer backed out and was like, you know what? I'm going to still fucking keep it because there's so much more shit I can do with it.
That's why I remember people buying cards. I'm just wait, the 20 series are coming out. But no, they're if you want ray tracing and it's and you're just going for story mode games, which typically I am. But at the end of the day, I've been falling really for the new Radeon cards. I've been really leaning towards them. I think they've been doing some really good stuff. They're just kind of sticking to tried and true hardware and actually improving. I think it is better than the 1080 Ti, We'll have to bring up some graphs and whatnot.
Who's like the leading brand here?
NVIDIA,
NVIDIA, for sure?
which is like the 10 and 20 series cards,
Okay.
for sure.
So it's not like a Coke, Pepsi kind of thing.
Yeah, and like Pepsi is for sure.
Coke!
Wait, between AMD and
Yeah.
NVIDIA, or are you talking about between the series?
What podcast is this now?
I was
Coke!
going straight AMD and NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah,
that's the
that's-
argument. And
yeah.
I actually own a the Radeon 7 series, which
Which do you have the 5700?
no, I have the 7 series, which has 16 gigs of video RAM.
Well, yeah, but there's two of them. There's the 5700 and the 5700 XT.
No, it's called the Radeon 7. That's what that card's called.
Well, yeah, but there's two formats of it.
I don't fucking know. I just bought it because it had 16 gigs of video RAM. And in my head, if I have 16 video gigs of RAM, I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. But apparently people are fucking dumb and don't want to like program it correctly. But regardless, I haven't had like any sort of like hiccups and things. I remember Division 2 was really strong on that like push for the Radeon 7. So like, I had my not infinite but like huge overhead of just video RAM to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I run a 3-monitor setup. They're running at
monitor?
3-monitor
What do you
Dell
need
set.
3 monitors for?
Because I am a fucking idiot.
can
And I need it
RGB on all of that
all
BS.
of it. All of it. All of it.
Boo.
Boo. But anyways, they have a. I didn't think the difference between a 60 hertz and 120 hertz like monitor makes a difference.
Huge.
Is a fucking
That's
night and
double.
day problem.
That's double.
But like, if you were to visually look at how your mouse moves and tearing.
Speaking of visuals, London queued up some graphics for this comparison.
Okay, so
Thanks,
we
London.
can look at the numbers
three
right now
monitors? Hit us
because
up.
I so am we a have some fucking numbers. We have idiot. Gear 5,
RGB on
I
all of
can't
that.
wait.
All
the
of
one
it.
thing I do
Boo.
want to say is,
All of
is
it.
the graphics card does depend on
But anyways,
what you're
they
playing.
have
Because
a.
game by game,
I didn't think
they're
it's
going to
different
they're
between a
going to
60 hertz
perform
and 120
differently.
hertz,
In
like
certain
monitor
games,
makes a difference.
the Radeon's
Is a
going to kill the
fucking
2080
night
Super,
and day problem.
and in other games, the
But
2080
like,
Super
if you
still
were
beats.
honest,
to
like,
visually
okay,
look
so
at how your mouse.
my
Well, the
brother-
Super is not like a
comparing-
TI. The TI
Speaking
is
of
the high-end,
visuals,
the
London
luxury
queued
model,
up
right,
some
still.
graphics. Okay,
No,
let's look at the
they
game
don't
that
have
matters.
TI.
We can
Let's
look
look
at
at the game
all
that
of
matters.
them.
We got
Because I
we
have
got
some numbers
Counter-Strike,
here,
RGB on all of that.
The
BS.
one thing I do want to say is,
all.
is
I mean,
the
that's
graphics card does
like the
depend
performance.
on
Yeah. But anyways,
what you're
they
playing.
have
Because
a
game
fuck
by
out of it.
game,
I didn't think
they're
it's
going to
different.
If you're
they're
playing
going to perform
10
differently.
hertz,
In
like
certain
monitor,
games,
wouldn't you
the
just play
Radeon's
is a
going to kill the
fucking
2080
night
Super,
and day problem.
and in
No,
other
if
games,
you're
the
but like
2080
if
Super
you
still
were
beats.
style
Like,
visually
okay,
look
you're
at how
rich,
your
you can
mouse.
do
Well, the
whatever
Super
you
is not
want.
like
Exactly.
a TI. No,
Speaking
these
of
are for
visuals,
people
London
like
queued up
the
some
mid.
graphics. Okay,
No,
let's look at the
they
game
don't
that
have
matters.
TI.
We can
Let's
look
look at
at
the game that matters. We got
because I
we got Counter-Strike, RGB on all of that.
all
The
of
one
it.
thing I do want to say is,
All,
is
I mean,
the
that's
graphics card does
like
depend on
but anyways,
what you're
they
playing.
have
Because
a
game
fuck
by
out.
Wow,
game,
I didn't
they're
think
going to
it's
they're going to perform. What are they? In
like
certain
monitor,
games,
you just
the
play
Radeon's
is
going
a
to kill
fucking
the 2080
night
Super.
day problem. It says
And
every
another
and
game,
you're
the
like
London.
if you were
London.
style of visual
Center
look,
it.
zoom in. Well, the Super is not exactly. No,
Speaking of visuals,
get off your goddamn
London.
Instagram already.
Okay,
No,
let's look at the
they
game
don't
that
have
matters.
TI.
Let's look at the game that matters. We got Counter-Strike, RGB on all of that.
The one thing I do want to say is,
And then 1%.
what you're saying is game by
Wow.
game,
I didn't
they're
think
going to
it's
what are they? In certain games, the Radeon's
It's a card that I bought, and I literally when it came out, and you're like, if you were
London.
style,
Okay,
if
here
you
center
were
it.
zoom in. Exactly. No, get off your goddamn Instagram already.
Let's look at the game that matters. Let's look at the game that matters. We got Counter-Strike, RGB on all of
The one thing I do want to say is,
and then 1%.
that's the thing, is the 1080 is
Wow. But it loses.
Well, it depends.
It loses on Forza.
It's a card that I
Yeah,
bought.
it loses on Counter-Strike. This is why we're only talking about this. Center it.
Zoom in. Exactly. No, get off your
Matters
goddamn
right now. For
Instagram.
shooters. Let's look at the game that matters. Let's look at the game that matters. We got Counter-Strike, RGB on all of
The one thing I do want to say is,
and then 1%.
that's the thing, is the 1080
Wow. But it loses.
well, it depends.
It loses on Forza.
It's a card that I bought. Thanks, London. You can go back to
Thanks,
Instagram now.
London.
Go back to retweeting one of the Kardashians.
You
Jesus Christ.
fucking nerd, London. You're very lucky.
I mean, we love you. Thank you. You're totally getting school credit.
Yeah. We're making sure that it validates at Art Institute.
But I digress.
Yes. So to summarize that,
To summarize.
2080 Ti is still a really good card. You don't need to upgrade if you don't need to. Even it's still hanging in there with the Radeon top line Radeon card that just came out. It's still hanging in there with the
that
2080
1080 Ti is such
Yeah.
a beast.
Like, don't doubt it. Just because they're throwing a bunch of graphics and new prices in your face, don't fall for it, people.
Once again, how much is the Radeon RX 57?
Like, I think it's $450.
$450 and it's competing at that much of a level?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's a really good card.
Okay. And like now blue, do you see these graphics?
No,
Look
the-
at that.
The
and
Radeon,
now how much is the 2070 Super? The RTX 2070?
I think they price matched it. So the
Yeah, a lot of the Radeons right now are
Wait, the price
with
is
under
the same, but it
400.
does
yeah, it's
almost
400 for
double?
So the Radeon 5700 is 400, and then the 5700 XT is 450,
And it does twice as well.
and that's the comparison to the 2060 and the 2070 Super.
How
I
do
believe
they-
is
how do
400,
they,
450
justify that price if it's
competition.
Competition. They're literally trying to drive prices down. This
Yeah,
is
so-
what they're doing with CPUs right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
And the Radeon 5700 is different than the Radeon 7. It's a different class,
Okay.
and that's
So-
what I bought. And
how
so,
on earth,
Is it
and this
higher
is
or lower?
London sending
higher?
me some links
the
right
Radeon
now.
7 is higher.
How is the Asus Strix GeoForce 2080 Ti charging 1270?
Yeah.
Like, what is that comparison?
I mean, it's the NVIDIA
Because
brand,
of,
so
it's
they're
because
gonna.
of ray tracing,
Yeah, that's
it-
what they're trying to sell.
and it is the best card, right? Like, technically, it's the best card out right now. Technically,
That's subjectively. That's
Okay.
a subjective argument.
Subjectively, London sent me a link, so I'm throwing it
I'm
in
not
the
saying
chat.
I would buy the card.
And of course, it's not an Amazon link. It is Newegg because this is saltTier podcast, and Newegg is the most relevant.
So I'm looking to get London to look at the difference between the two cards because the Radeon 7 cost me $700.
Oh yeah, that was
so,
more expensive. one.
Brass tacks of the actual argument. I'm going to put this in our little chat on the screen, but we can go to it later. Nope. Anyways, that's too much. Anyways, the difference between this 5700 XT and all that, like that range versus the 7. The 7 has 16 gigs of video RAM. The 5700 only has 8.
wow.
So like I'm
Double.
paying basically double for an extra allotment of video RAM.
Yeah.
And that was like the 7 was supposed to compete against the 1080 Ti back in that point. And a little bit of the ray tracing of the 2080s. But I bought that. I don't know if I could flex that enough, but I have a Radeon 7 and
All right.
that's what I went with. I have my 1080 Ti sitting on the sidelines.
So
All right.
I had a funny
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
well, just a little side note. I had a funny problem regarding. So I'm a total newbie to this. I had a funny problem regarding a graphics card recently.
Okay.
All Might Sky, he got this awesome computer deal for me. Bought it, first chance I got. The graphics card was so wide in the motherboard that like it actually covered the PCI slot. I couldn't. I bought this wireless adapter. Couldn't plug it in.
Yeah, he was like, I don't have Wi-Fi, and I was like, here, just buy this Wi-Fi card. It's the same one I bought.
I bought it, but the card was covering the slot for it.
I did figure out a solution to this problem though.
We'd have to Frankenstein it.
So what you do is you cut a hole out of the bottom of the case, and then you just raise it a little bit on blocks, and then you plug in your PCIe slot because there's 2 of them,
Yes.
but the other one is too low to actually plug into it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just cut a hole out the bottom of the case, you can put.
Yeah, because that's what you want to do after you spent all this money to make your build.
Cut your computer.
I
into
cut a
pieces.
computer up.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you that picture?
No.
Oh man,
You should actually put that on our fucking podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, when I built the second computer, I for my dad, it was the HP case still, right? Just like a Dell case where it's small and it's not big enough. And
Yeah.
the stock fans are like 90 millimeter. And I bought a water cooler for the CPU so I could overclock the living shit out of it.
Sure.
And I cut a hole, but I couldn't fit the 120 mil fan in the case. So I cut a hole in the side of the face, and then I sandwiched the fan on the outside of the case. So there's just like an exposed fan just sticking out on the side. And I was just like, gave it to my dad for his for Christmas.
go.
And I was like,
Happy-
don't stick your finger in there.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Trad.
So,
But I digress, maniacs.
oh yeah, real quick.
As hot. Real quick.
to-
Okay, go
no,
on.
This is real quick. last segment before we do our
outros.
Is go on to Best Buy. They have some good deals right now. Best Buy is the hotbed right now for any PC deals.
It's the Best Buy.
Like, actually, right now they have good deals. Outros.
Wonderful.
Oh wow, he fucking segued while we were like doing technical problems. Anyways,
Okay, so Maniacs, thanks. This has been episode 41. My outro for today is something I wasn't here last week, so I'm going to mention this. Try to be IRL with your gaming community as much as possible. It enriches it. It makes it more fun. Go to meetups. Go to your friend's house and,
Play
smoke weed
games
while
together.
he plays games. Yeah, like have fun with it and be community. You can @ me at Instagram and Twitter. I am loud letter N Brown. On PS4, I'm pretty active at Gross Def with a PH. On Steam, I'm in Battle.net. I'm never there. But it's also Gross Def with a PH. And to my right,
wow,
I
got me all fucked up.
The Lucifer here, Lord of Light, and also the color blue.
Beelzebub.
Yo, I got it.
Beelzebub.
That's hot.
Yeah, catch me in Azeroth, or let me make you a martini. I'm also an artist, so you can buy some paintings if you want. My Instagram is Blue Caban.
They're good stuff.
Basically, Blue
I have 2 of
Caban.
them.
Yes, Caban. Yeah, follow me. Also, a big shout out to all of my friends here. Play more games together.
Woo. And to Blue's right, we have.
This is All Might Space Skyler. Keep the salt planes real. Fuck people.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Dog packs.
This is the fucking dog pack running strong. Put the hate out there. Make people forfeit. Make them concede. Let them know the pain. Let them know the hurt.
Sky Dog.
Skylar is the tilt factory.
Oh, I like 90% of the time when I play video games, it's to tilt the living shit out of my opponent. I play mind games through the internet.
That's fascinating, but how can they follow you
I-
and pass the Dutch?
They can follow me on Instagram at Skylar's Back at It. You can follow me on League of Legends on All Might Skylar, and you can follow me on Steam as All Might Space Skylar.
Thank you.
So you have a monopoly at both on the human Earth's sky and the space sky.
Yes, I conquer both land and space.
That's not land. That's both sky and space.
Yo, Sky, who's on your left?
He knows shit about Earth.
Oh, I got all 3.
Who's the one you're introducing?
I'm introducing this fella.
Oh, thank
this
you.
cute little guy across the
he's
table.
pointing it to me now. You got Von Shady's
Kent,
on the 1 and 2s. You can find me on Von Shady and everything except for Twitter, Von Shady _. I put the underscore at the end now because that motherfucker on Twitter needs to give up. He doesn't have an account that works. But I am 100% on board with All Might Space Guy is fuck people, destroy him at all costs, and then don't play people.
Destroy all humans.
Tilt him.
Yeah,
If
just
you
fucking
win the
kill him.
if you win the mind game, you win the fucking game.
Exactly. When you destroy mentally, that's the best victory.
That's what people don't understand. They're like, I gotta get their life
Mental
points. No, you don't.
death.
You don't gotta get the life points. You gotta get there and do their soul.
All right, and Von Shady, how do we follow you?
I said everything. It was Von Shady and everything. Instagram,
everything. Except
Twitter,
for-
except for Twitter, which is Von Shady _
You're gonna find him.
I put a fucking formal complaint on Twitter, and they won't fucking do anything.
All right, well, Maniacs, this has been episode 41. Big thanks to Soundcasting Network and Keith the Boogie.
Thanks,
Hey,
Keith.
go Cougs!
He kept us on time this time.
Love y'all. Big one-ups to
Heart.
New Belgium Brewing. Thank you once again.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lauren.
Voodoo Ranger.
Hashtag live
Voodoo
dangerously.
Ranger. Hashtag live dangerously. Once again, remember, it is employee-owned. It is a certified B Corp corporation, and I mean, it's freaking cold and fresh, and they
So good.
specifically Voodoo Ranger, give them a
It's
shout out.
good.
The Juicy Haze IPA, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah. Follow us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, and click on Soundcasting Network. I want to thank everybody for being part of this. This has been so special to me. Thanks for coming in, Blue
Yeah,
Caban.
thank
Thanks,
you
Blue.
for coming in, Blue.
You my boy.
My pleasure. Thank you.
This has been a production of the Soundcasting Network. Thank you kindly, Smoke Trees.
You don't smoke trees, bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't even
Turn
smoke
trees into houses.
Trees!
We're out.
We're done with this.
Oh, look, 30